we are in my boring bedroom with the pink walls and a beautiful tactical black shotgun up against the pink wall. Isn't that beautiful? Man, that looks amazing. Yeah. Well, that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? This is my bedroom. This is where I keep my Mossberg 930, and only when I'm sleeping. I don't leave it on the wall when I left. I put it up there at night when I'm sleeping, and I leave the lock off it. But during the day when I'm home, I leave it up there with the lock on it. If I go out the door, then I take it off. Okay. It's you know, still working out a system. Trying to get the lighting. The lighting is horrible in this bedroom. The reason why I'm showing this is I just ordered from jabtac.com. I keep telling you about them guys. Man, they got good prices on their accessories. They ship quick too. That's why I like them. I'm a very impatient person. If you see me using the same company over and over again, it ain't because they're giving me anything. It ain't because we have some kind of deal. It's because their shipping's fast and their prices are cheap. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes a company will send me something out of appreciation for showing their product on my channel. So, and that's nice of them. Everybody helps everybody out. But I always do it unless I know I'm going to get a good deal, and if you guys order from them, you're going to get a good deal, and it's everything. I just say the truth, what everything is. This way you don't have to, you know, there's nothing to hide. But jabtac.com is awesome. And actually, when I ordered I ordered a side saddle for this, and the guy said, "Well, why have you on the phone? I have something else I'd like to send you that we just got in, and can you show it on your shotgun?" I said, "Yeah, what kind of shotgun?" Remington 870. I said, "Well, I did customize my Remington 870, but I really don't want to change it too much because it was a gift, and it's you know, it's just, I think it looks good the way it is." So, well, he said, "Well, we're just going to send it as a token of our appreciation, and if you want to just throw it on the gun, let people see, you know, let the people that watch your channel see what it looks like, and then you can put it back to normal." So maybe we'll do that. That's not a big deal. It's like a pistol grip tactical little system, and we'll see. I don't know. When it gets here, we'll do that. I ain't going to do an installation video. I'll just throw it on the gun and show before and after, and then see if you guys like it or not. It's just something pretty neat. Anyway, I ordered a side saddle for this 930. Now the problem with the side saddle is, once you have a side saddle, you can't put the shotgun on the rack, because the side saddle goes on the opposite side of the receiver, which is the opposite side of the ejection port, and now you need more room because the shotgun has to fit flat up against the wall. Now it won't anymore. So once I put that side saddle on, because I'm getting the kind of side saddle that you pin to the receiver, not one of those stretchy elastic kind. I ain't a fan of those. I want something that looks like, you know, permanent, something that looks like you bought the gun like that. So I'm getting that kind. So I won't be able to use this anymore. So what I did was, I tried putting my Remington 870 on there, because I'm not going to put a side saddle on that, and I said I'll just keep that on there, and it almost fits on it perfect. There's just a little issue, and the issue is the trigger guard on the 870 is a little more, let me fix this thing. The trigger guard on the 870 is a little more narrow than the trigger guard on this 930. Okay, so what's happening is the round lock won't fit through the trigger guard, so you can screw it on. But everything else lines up right. The pegs line up right. The rear peg lines up perfect. It's just the trigger guard's an issue. So I'm going to show you what you can do. I'm going to fabricate or modify that lock, and after I'm done modifying it, it's a real simple thing too. Watch. You'll be able to put both shotguns on this rack. You'll be able to use a Mossberg 930 and a Remington 870 just with this little modification. All right. So let me show you what I mean real quick. See, the problem is, let me take this off. This is, you know, I wasn't even going to video this, but like I said, anytime I do something on a firearm of mine, I just show it. Well, why not? It's more material, and it's a good little tip. Now here's the problem. Let's take the Mine 30 off. Okay. Let's get the 870 up there. Okay. Now this is good. Okay. The pin would rest on, well, you can't see where I'm pointing because I don't have a cameraman, so the pin's resting on the front perfectly, and now here's the pin coming through the back here perfectly, right? And the outline of the whole Ridgeback rack is, it looks like it's made for it, almost made for an 870. Here's the problem here. The trigger guard comes up too high, so you cannot get this on there. So all I have to do, and it won't affect anything, all I have to do is figure out how this goes on, which it goes on like that, just like that. I'll put a mark on each side with chalk, flip it upside down. All I have to do is get my Metabo grinder and just flatten this out right here. Once I flatten that out, this will slide in there and I'll be able to fasten this lock to it. Okay? If I ever take off my side saddle to my Mossberg 930, I could still use my Mossberg 930 too. It doesn't matter. As long as you're not taking this part off or changing the outside diameter of this. This is what holds the gun on. This big thick washer here, whatever you want to call it, this disc. This really has nothing to do with it. So let's see how it works. I don't think it's going to affect anything. We just have to take a little bit off. Alright, hold on. Alright guys, we're in my basement. And it's like tool heaven down here. Someday I'll show it all to you. I think I did that before, but that was like 20,000 people ago, wasn't it? Alright, I got this little, I'd rather do it in the vise, but I brought my steel vise upstairs in my gun room. And I only have one vise. So I don't have a vise in the basement, but I do have this clamp horse. So I hope this works. It should. I have my 4-inch grinder right there. Anyone knows if you work in the steel industry, you're holding that thing quite a few hours a day. I have a Metabo. Someone must have borrowed it, but I also have a Rigid. Rigid makes a really good 4-inch grinder. It's super heavy duty, it's fast, it's powerful. And I have, I don't know what grit sandpaper this is, but it's very coarse and it'll take steel down faster than you can skin your balls, and that's fast. I don't know what grit it is, probably 80 or something. Okay, so to all my fellow welders in at Cornell Steel, what's up, dudes? Here we go again, right? Alright, that's on there nice. See, I got my marks. They're just guides. This doesn't have to be perfect, okay? It still moves a little. You really got to secure this good, man. I don't know. Let's try it. Okay. Reverse the handle. Yeah, you guys looking for a good grinder and you don't want to pay a ton of money? Like Metabos are very expensive. But these, I think these are almost just as good as these rigid brand power tools, man. You know, I mean these kill Black & Decker. These are like industrial, heavy duty. That's what you want. All right, here we go. Okay, now what I'll have to do is go upstairs and fit it in there. I think it's gonna go. Hope I don't have to keep going back and forth, but here's the idea. Man, it keeps shaking all over the place with this camera here. I got it locked too tight. Hold on, trying to stop the shaking. Okay. Alright, let's wipe that off with our finger. Although we know it's hot. And wipe that chalk off because it's confusing me. Okay. Looks good, nice and square and straight. Didn't interfere with anything. And now we have it Okay, look at that. Got a nice perfect flat spot. See that? Now it should go in and clear that trigger guard. So here it is. Excuse me, I got steps in my house and 240 pounds up and down the steps a couple times. It's a killer. This is my 870 and it's going on a 930 Ridgeback rack. As you can see, it goes right on. There it is. Now I still can use my rack. When my saddle comes from my Mossberg 930, I still have use for my rack. Why? Because you can make shit happen if you got a little bit of tools around the house. Okay? So, and the cool part is, I know how to operate a key. If I decide to someday, because you know me guys, I change my mind like a maniac. Someday I say, oh, I don't like that side saddle no more. I'm taking it off. I'll put it on something else. I'll put my 930 back up there. And use the same system. It's still going to hold the 930 perfectly. Like I said, because this outside diameter disc is what stops someone from getting this off the wall. Okay? But for now, let's get the 870 on there. And the Mossberg 930 is going to go in the safe. Because it's, we're going to do, I don't know, I think we might do a series on this. We're going to tack the shit out of it. Let's put all kinds of crap on it. You want it? Who cares what them guys say? Mall Ninja, all that bullshit. They're just jealous because they don't have nothing. Right? Don't listen to people. Do what you want with your gun. As long as it's safe. Alright, so we'll put the 700 back on there. I'll give you an overall look. Now remember, these racks ain't designed for a quick response. They're just a safe thing to have if you have kids and you want to hang your gun up and you don't want nothing to worry about. They're awesome. Alright, let's zoom back. I just want to show you how good. You can't even tell that that rack is for a 930. It looks like it's made for the 870. So that's it. That's where my 870 is going to stay. And let me know what you guys think. See you later.